Welcome back to the Knock-On Effect, the rugby show where we say what the pundits won't. So the Lions have just walked away from the Brumbies with another big win, but the scoreboard doesn't tell us everything. Andy Farrell's men have just suffered a massive loss. In today's video, we're going to give our instant reaction to the match. So without further ado, let's get stuck in. So this was always going to be a tough game. The Brumbies have a history of upsetting touring teams, and as the Super Rugby champions, they had the best chance yet. Many people believe that the Lions lineup we saw today is going to be the starting team for the first test. Is that still the case? Abso-fucking-lutely not. But we're going to get into that. Before we go any further, be sure and hit subscribe. It's totally free and it goes a long way. We are slowly but surely building the best rugby community anywhere on the internet. So thanks to everyone who's already joined. Back to it. The Lions started off slow again. Silly penalties allowing the Brumbies a great attacking position early on, and they didn't need to be asked twice. Crashed the ball over the try line for the opening score. This has been a common theme for the Lions this tour, starting slowly and allowing teams a foothold in the game. The first half was riddled with ill-timed penalties and handling errors. There was a phase of play around 15 minutes in where ELLIS GENGE gave away a penalty for going off his feet inside the Brumbies 22. They kicked to touch. Tom Curry gave away a penalty from that line out. They kicked to touch again. And like that, the Brumbies made 70 odd metres. It's just such poor management. BUNDEE and Jack CONAN then dropped the ball in the midfield, which is also becoming such a common occurrence. Who's at fault? The player who made the pass or the man not expecting it? For me, it's always the player who doesn't expect it. You're on the pitch, expect it. It wasn't all doom and gloom though. Sheehan had a brilliant poach at ruck time and a huge handoff and breakaway. Soon came the Lions' first try, built from the Lions' powerful scrum. Strong carry up the middle of the park from BUNDEE, snappy passes from GIBSON-PARK to Russell to Chessum into the corner, and the Lions were off the blocks. Then came the massive loss. The injury to Blair Kinghorn can't be understated. Hugo Keenan doesn't have a whole lot of rugby under his belt given his injury, and he looked rusty on Saturday. This was Kinghorn's chance to stamp some authority on the 15 jersey. We look light at fullback already, and I really don't know who we're going to call up at this stage. Leave a comment as to who you think the right man for the job is. Marcus Smith came on and we saw much the same from him again. Exciting going forward and nerve-wracking in defence. James Lowe got held up in the corner, but after a couple more phases from the Lions, he found himself right back in the same spot again, and this time he left no room for confusion in finishing the try second time round. The Brumbies came back strong though. A brilliant box kick split the space between Lowe and Marcus Smith, putting the Lions under pressure. The Brumbies get a line out, suck in the Lions and flash the ball out wide, try in the corner. The Lions, however, to their credit, fight back before half time. Finn Russell with a brilliant late pass to Curry, who offloads to Marcus Smith right at the buzzer. 19-12 at half time. The second half had lots of stoppages and really ebbed and flowed. The Brumbies came out of the blocks firing, but the Lions were able to stay strong in defence. Soon after, GARRY, RINGROSE and Marcus Smith combined in the midfield for what could be try of the tour. RINGROSE steps off hard and makes a great break, pops to Smith who grubbers through, and RINGROSE has all the pace in the world to finish off an explosive try. Straight away though, the Lions put themselves back under pressure, something that Farrell will be livid with. It's such poor management. ITOJE knocks on the restart. After a couple of phases, the Brumbies kick over the top, and Tommy FREEMAN and GIBSON-PARK make a mess at the back, conceding a 5-metre scrum. The Brumbies create an overlap on the short side, and while RINGROSE commits to his man, FREEMAN gets stuck in the mud. This led to my favourite bit of back and forth between Rog and Dan Biggar. Biggar criticises RINGROSE saying he should have dropped off more, and Rog disagrees saying it's very hard to drop off when you're on your own 5-metre line. Force the player into making the pass out wide. You could catch him in the tackle with ball in hand, there's a chance of an intercept, or maybe the pass just doesn't go to hand. But I hate seeing wingers hold the position and not try and make the tackle. As for the commentary side of it, I just loved it. All too often do you hear one pundit give a take and the other just goes along with it. Bigger and Raj are giving great insights into how they would view different situations, and in my opinion it's fantastic. It's really akin to listening to some of the UFC commentary, which is just chock-a-block with ex-fighters. We need more ex-players with lots of personality commentating on these games. Closing out the match, Henry Pollock came on and he gave his usual energy. Van der Fleer mauled the ball over the line for a try of his own, and the Brumbies hit back with a late try of their own. It was honestly such a sloppy match. It's the sign of a good team though, when you can walk away with a big win even though you weren't playing at your best. The Lions have been winning ugly, and in truth, I don't think Australia really have the goods to upset that all too much. As for this Lions lineup being the team that we're going to see for the first test, at the very least Kinghorn looks to be an injury doubt, but there wasn't too many standout performances. Dan Sheehan had a brilliant game, but that's hardly a surprise. Chessum was brilliant at blindside, and I think he really stood up for selection today. Ringrose played a blinder, but given our strength in the centres, there's a width of a Rizla paper between who starts there. All in all, this was a really entertaining match, but it's left the door wide open for Saturday's lineup to prove that they are the ones who deserve a test cap. We'll be giving our prediction of who starts the all-important first test this weekend, so stay tuned for that. And as always, cheers for watching, catch you at the next one.